Did I say anything racist this time?
You better get out of here, honky.
And now for something completely different.
I got the ooze, man.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin. Yeehaw! Just crap my pants.
All right. Today is August 25th. And yeah, hopefully we have a good one today. So we got Kevin here, and fresh off of taking his horse dewormer, we have Blake.
Taking his what?
Have you heard the story about the horse dewormer? Like, I guess there's been an escalation in poison control calls because people have started taking horse dewormer to fight COVID.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People
Blake, you really hold on. Blake went on vacation, guys, last week.
Yeah.
And, he
did not
basically
do dewormer.
got booed out, and I feel like Blake just tuned the whole world out, right?
Bro.
It's catch Blake up.
Yeah, I don't know anything going on, and it was fantastic.
So either one of two things are going to happen now, Blake. Either one, you're on your vacation and things are great, and you come back and you're super stress free and everything is good, right? Or number two, you just get an influx of information and your brain explodes. Especially nowadays.
Yeah. Well, that is, you know how like when you don't look at your phone for a while and then you look at it and then all the notifications just start popping up. Well, that's kind of like being part of your guys' group chat now.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like
I do the same thing though. It's like I'm not catching up with that. Like I'm gonna go through and look at the videos. Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about it today. It's like, and each time you guys send a link for something to click on, like I can and I do a lot of times, but it's like it ends up just being another distraction in my day. So you guys are the worst notification, but the best notification I get all day.
The essentials, right? We just give you what you need to know. So,
yes, in TikTok form.
Yeah,
because basically TikTok is just like the bullet point, like not nothing long and not nothing. It's instant gratification. That's the point.
Yeah,
I love TikTok, man. TikTok, man. I credit TikTok for a lot of my weight loss too. So
really,
I hit my 40-pound mark the other day.
Congrats.
So yeah, man. A lot of good motivation on TikTok and a lot of smart people on TikTok telling me what to eat and what to do and how to mentally prepare myself.
Yeah. I mean, that's, talking about all the good things that does come from social media. I mean, that's definitely been one of them. I mean, not just TikTok, but Instagram, just cooking shows and, cooking shows in general. Just, there's so many, how easy it is just to look up healthy lunch items or ideas. And next thing you know, you got.
Right. Yeah. You're right, Blake. If you do it right, social media is great.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing I like about TikTok, right? Is the way the algorithm works. And I don't have like friends on there that will be hurt if I'm not their friends on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like on Facebook is like, you got to be friends with people. So then you got to know everything they think about. And then you just not want to be friends with them anymore because they have like outrageous thoughts or ideas. And you're like, I don't know if I should bring my kids around anymore.
No kidding. Now, do people go to TikTok to share those type of views though? I mean, is that still going on there?
You definitely get into those, but those videos I immediately skip. The minute someone says something, I just skip it, and the algorithm knows you don't want to see that.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the thing. I compare it to a fast-paced YouTube, right, Richard?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start liking stuff, and it'll like say you like basketball, fishing, Rogan, and shoes, right? If you keep the algorithm, if you keep the algorithm that's all you're gonna really see.
Yeah, after a while, that's all you
right?
see.
Like, so that's what I'm finding is like everything is geared toward
And you don't
like
even
my
have to like
hobbies. Yeah,
it. You just have to
yeah,
watch
that's
it
what I'm
all the way
saying.
through. It
Yeah.
knows how much you watch of each video, and so it understands. But then you can like it. So then you go to like it's like you have your For You page, but then you have your liked page. So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
I noticed that. Yeah, I actually have the app like 3 pages to the right on all my apps, so I
yeah.
just don't randomly click it.
Yeah.
And
It's not
but
on
I
my
do.
homepage. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy it. I
Not on
think it's a
mine
great. I do enjoy the format. I like to see people's creativity with with some of the comedy they do. But
Yeah.
I've literally just tried to like.
You got to have
Everyone
set
tells me
time.
how. Yes, everyone tells me how addicting it is. So I'm like, I don't even want to get but I barely get on Instagram anymore. Unless it's like to
No,
post
I don't
something.
either.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I get
Yeah.
on it during lunch when I eat my lunch at work, and then I get onto
Yeah.
it like right before I go to bed, and that's it. Like I
Those
don't
are your
really,
times.
unless I get sent like something from Jared or Kevin, but then it's like I have the
So
ability to watch it
so
and
you're
get off.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you're on it
But
every
that's the
5
thing though.
minutes.
It's
Yeah,
only
right.
like 30. It's only like 30 seconds. So it's
Yeah.
like if you control yourself, then
Yeah,
watch 30-second
yeah. I have
videos.
the long time frames are those, but then here or there. But yeah, it's a good. There's some good people out there that show good
Yeah.
on that app.
Yeah. So
Um,
did I actually miss some stuff last week?
You missed a lot of stuff last week.
Really like on the podcast that y'all I
Oh.
listened.
No, not really. So
No.
we had David on. He was introducing his book and
Yeah.
I got about 20-25 minutes into it, and then
yeah.
I got distracted and had to go do
And
something else.
basically
But
That's when most people bounced off of it because that's when we started talking about comic books.
yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you tell when people stop listening? Like how
Well,
far?
Megan announced that she was leaving the
Megan
feed.
said I'm out. Megan's a dictator.
Oh, is that what it was?
Shout out,
Yes.
Megan.
Shout out. So Jared, yeah. So Jared's wife. So yeah, that's all I knew. I saw a bunch of text messages come
It
through.
was
Like
funny. I was cracking
like,
up.
yeah, that apparently Megan broke up with us, and I was like, hold on, I wasn't even there for
You
it.
ain't gonna break up. You just gotta go do something else.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's probably too much, which is fine. You ain't gotta like everything.
Yeah. Hey, there's some people out there that like that. So
It was
we'll listen
interesting to know about the book process, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I was interested about that. I probably would have asked a lot of questions. I would have been curious about like the writing process. How does it start? Did you just think of something and then start writing? How long is the writing process? How do you know you're done with the story? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of questions like
Yeah.
that. I think it'd be intriguing.
I feel like some of those questions were asked because I feel like we went back towards the end of the podcast
Yeah.
and started asking a few more questions of them.
Okay. I mean,
His
I
writing
got to that.
process being one of them and how long it takes him to write.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. My
So
question got asked.
if you go back and listen to it, I mean, you can skip over the comic book talk and then go back to the book talk. But it was me, David, JD, and Kevin. So it was like a recipe for, geek stuff.
It was brilliant.
Geek.
Shout out to JD with the camera moves. I think
Yeah.
Blake would do that. Like his whole system would go down for a month.
What happened? What did he do?
He had 2 cameras, so he was like messing around with it. Like he would say one thing, then whip his head around towards the other camera and change.
That's hilarious.
So it was like a cut. Yeah,
It was like
I'll have
frame
to
by
watch
frame.
it. I'll have to watch it. That's funny.
it was pretty amusing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we had David on and a bunch of nerd talk. We didn't really even talk about current events or anything. It was just
Yeah, it's just one of those conversations. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
So yeah, it was a throwback to our old pod days.
Yeah.
we talked about comic books.
I mean,
There you go.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I was burning my feet in the sands of Florida, dude.
You went to Florida.
Yes,
You're
I
brave,
did.
first of all.
Yeah, I'm checking my temperature every day.
Not just because of COVID, but if anything happens in a state like that and you got to go to the ER, you're not going to the ER.
What do you mean?
Oh, they're all full.
They're all full. Like they're
full.
turning people away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Them in Texas.
So if you had to go to the emergency room for your turkey bacon legs,
You wouldn't went to the emergency room.
there's a picture of Blake out there. His legs are burned. They look like
a
turkey
lobster
bacon.
man. Like,
oh
Dude.
my god.
Dude, so we get there at we left real early Thursday morning. So we were on the beach by like 10 or something like that, maybe a little bit later than that. And I was just sitting there, I'm in the sun or whatever, and I'm, looking down at my pasty white legs, and I was like, well, I want to make sure, I get a little tan on these bad boys. So, let about 45 minutes go by. I don't really, put anything on. Then probably it may have been a little bit longer than that, maybe a little over an hour. And then I was like, all right, I better put some lotion on. And dude, by the time I got back to the hotel, I was like, I am burnt, and my
only an hour.
Oh yeah, dude. But I mean, you're right there on the sun. I mean, it was so hot. But yeah, and then actually the next day, I woke up and we went to have breakfast. And I ended up getting sick, like vomiting. So I don't know if it was from the heat, because like I went to bed fine, I woke up fine, and like as soon as I took my first bite of breakfast, like I felt like my stomach turned. And so I ended up getting sick, and then I went to bed and I slept until about like 2 p.m. on the second day I was there. But yeah, so I don't know what that was all about. But then I woke up and I was fine. So I don't know if it was the heat.
It could have been the heat in the sun.
Yeah. So I will tell you something kind of interesting, kind of crazy, I guess, that happened. So they had like certain areas marked off in the sand for turtles that were going to hatch.
Yeah.
So okay. So it became kind of like not this big ordeal, but like a lot of people are talking like, oh, I want to see the turtles hatch, and I want to go out there at night and see it, yada yada. So we went out the first night, and we went out on the beach or whatever, and we're kind of walking up towards where the turtles will be, and my wife just takes her phone and just turns on her flashlight so we can see. It's probably 10 o'clock at night or whatever. And then all of a sudden there's this lady who's kind of standing where these turtles are supposed to be hatching, and she goes, turn your light off, it's not good for the turtles. Okay. And we were like, okay, all right, like no worries, we got this, Psycho, it's cool. So like we kind of walk up to her or whatever, just kind of see what's going on. And I noticed she has like a turtle shirt, some type of organization type shirt, and a turtle on it. So I was like, okay, well, this chick probably knows what she's doing. Maybe she's out here to help these turtles or whatever. So we're walking up to her, and it's my wife and I and another couple, and the guy Tim, he goes, so how long does it take for them to get to the water after they hatch? And she goes, it's nature, we don't know. And we were like, okay. And she goes, the problem is these hotels right here with these bright lights and everybody eating seafood, like just starts like kind of like making us feel like crap for coming out of a hotel and just coming from a seafood place. Actually, I just ate some shrimp. Yeah. So we're like, okay, this girl's kind of like crazy or whatever. She's not crazy, but she's like a little, kind of rude, but this isn't the first rude person I found in Florida, by the way. I thought there was a lot of rude people there. I'm just saying. So we are walking up, and she has a line like raked in the sand. And Tim gets ready to like kind of step over it, and she goes, don't step on my line, and we were like, okay. So so now we kind of just start asking questions like, well, what's the line for, and like what's trying to like get some information out of her about these turtles. So she goes on to tell us that the light, so basically when the turtles hatch, they go towards the light. Well, the light is the moon, and the moon would direct them to the water. So if they go towards the hotel or any other bright light, then they got the chances of dying. So so she ended up being like super. What up, Jared? Can you even hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, all right. What up, dude? Welcome. I'm talking about some story about turtles.
He's talking
turtles
about
on the beach.
Karen.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what
Turtle
she was,
story
dude.
is not a bedroom story.
Yeah, okay. um so yeah, so like she's like yelling at us like not to cross her line, and then like I mean, other people are coming around because they're kind of knowing what's going on, and she's just like, everybody stop, nobody stop, nobody stop. So we were like, what's the lines for, like, whatever. So basically what the lines were for was when the turtles hatch and they start going, she'll know if one or two goes the opposite way because she'll see their track marks in the sand. So it was, and she told us how like they hatched or whatever. Like it has something to do with like the vibration. What's that?
Sorry, go on. That was me.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Keep on.
Oh, you're good. You're good. But she said that like they dig about like an arm's length down, and I think it has something to do with like the vibration, and the turtles will like vibrate into the top, and then they just kind of like bust, and then they just go. But she was like, she ended up being educational, but I'm telling you, man, like I just kept looking at her and I was just like, you've really dedicated your whole life to this. Like you care so much about these turtles. And I mean, I get it, I guess. I don't know. She says she watched a documentary on Netflix and it changed her life. And I'm just like, so now she's a vegan and she's mad at people for eating shrimp. And she's now saving turtles. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything like that on the beach, but it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I heard. I've never seen it. The only thing I can equate to your story was the fact that Logan Paul or Paul Logan, whoever the douchey one is, got arrested. Jake Paul got arrested or in trouble for driving his go-kart on a beach full of turtle eggs were.
You gotta be known for something.
So yeah, as soon as you started talking about that, I said, "Oh, I hope he didn't pull that."
Oh no.
So back to the Florida rudeness. You were telling me how it was so many rude people, and Richard just starts dying laughing. So like, is there more examples you can give of this Florida rudeness?
I mean, she was definitely the rudest. I think just like at the airport, I don't know, man.
Oh
I mean, you know how it is, like going through security, like no one's friendly. Like I mean, everyone has to wear their mask on and lower your mask. Let me see your face, ID. Like there was no human like interaction. Like, and honestly, I think yes. And has nothing to do with the whole mask situation, but it's because of masks, right? Like everybody's covered up. Everyone is like kind of in this single file line walking through, like that was, I think, the weirdness, especially in the airport. And then I mean, I'm not going to say like everybody was not friendly or whatever. There was enough friendly people, but I don't know, it's just I don't know.
Do you feel like it's the masks? I know you said the masks, and I don't necessarily disagree per se, but do you feel it's that, or do you feel like we have quickly and suddenly become so divided over everything that nobody just wants to deal with each other anymore? Like we're done with it.
I actually think that's the opposite. I actually don't think people mind talking and interacting. I saw so many people like talking and interacting this week. Like, just granted, I was a part of a big Pamper Chef thing, for my wife. So everybody was there for like a reason. But like even at restaurants, like I just remember this guy. He was I don't know where he was from. He was a black gentleman, but he had very much of that African, accent or whatever. But like, he just came to our table, and I think he was a server, a busboy or something. And like, I just watched him and this other white dude like just strike up this conversation. And next thing you know, they're just like engaged in this conversation. And I just looked over at some other people next to me. I was like, you see how easy it is to get along?
Yeah.
I was like, everyone talks about how divided we are. We're not divided. Like we're really not. It's just once again, it's what we see and hear all the time because it's what sells, And
so, I can agree with that. Yeah. Cause even, at the gym and everything, people are super friendly with each other, and I'll be, and I'll be working out and somebody will come up to me and either offer me advice or will just start talking to me. And I've never met this dude in my life.
Yeah.
I can concur with that, I think.
Now, as far as the mask go, I think it's simply because you're covering your face. Even me, like I'm not as personable because you can't see me smile. You can't see me, there's no
There's
facial
no approach to it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll try to see somebody look. I always try to look people in the eyes and just kind of give them a nod, just of hi, whatever, especially with the mask on. But I think it's more. It just it just kind of shuts you down, and it's just like, well, I'm just want to get through this line now and go to the bathroom and take this mask off or something.
Yeah. I found myself doing more hand gestures lately, just to kind of convey a form
or eyebrows. Every now and then I'll do eyebrows.
Yeah. Or like I'll pass somebody at the store and I'll just nod and give them
yes,
like friendly
I do
wave.
that a lot. Yep.
Or if I'm laughing, I'll give them a thumbs up as I talk to them. I've found myself trying to be a little bit more visual in my verbal cues to people.
When you're mad, it's a lot easier.
Right.
Just throw up the birds. Done. Moving on with my day.
Yeah.
Hat, sunglasses, mask, hoodie.
Yeah. Now I had never been to a beach where they were literally like playing basketball and playing volleyball. Like my beaches, there was always like one volleyball net set up, but this one had a little bit more of that. I kept feeling like I was in California, or at least how
like the fitness trails and stuff like that on it.
Yeah, they had like a little area for like push-up bars and all that. But it was also just kind of interesting just to watch people live. Like, just like on Sunday, man, like this beach was just packed with families, just cooking out and lots of weed smoking going on. Apparently that's okay, because it was like everywhere we walked. I was like, good Lord, like
is it legal in Florida? I don't know where it's legal. I wouldn't think it would be. They're a Republican state, and I think so I wouldn't think.
I don't think it is, but I think it's at the point now where they're just like, we're not going to lock anybody up for it anymore.
Decriminalized or whatever, so they just don't bother.
Yes, they just don't bother. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of homeless population on the beach, like I've heard about in California?
No, not as bad as I would. As I was expecting. There's definitely. My wife and I was walking back after dinner, and there was a lady that literally was laying in the sand, had a blanket over her, and had a suitcase right next to her, like as if she just got off the plane. And I was just like, wow. I was like, is this how it is? And it's just, and that is how it is, for a lot of people. So, but yeah, it was fun, man. It was a beautiful beach, beautiful. It was a fun trip for sure.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought
no, that's it. Nope,
that's it.
Yep, we had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So Jared just reminded me of something here that was kind of fun. Let's pull this up here. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's see here. Boom. Can you see that very clearly?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. This is what you missed this week, Blake.
Okay. So this is
okay. Okay, well, we have to explain what we're watching.
Okay, so we are watching Milk Crate Challenge. Apparently it's a
I feel like it gave birth like this. Yeah, like I feel like it gave birth this weekend, and that's all I see now. Like,
so
this is one of those things that like TikTok makes hot because like that's all you see. Like,
I'm amazed how things like this just take off. It's like the ice bucket challenge.
I don't think the ice bucket challenge was like this challenge.
Well, the ice bucket challenge was for
a charity or something.
Yeah.
This is just like
now.
Let's just do it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen black people do it.
Facts.
Is this a black
the Colts mascot did it.
Did he really?
Well, okay. No one knows what color he is, Jared.
Blue. Come on.
Blue lives matter.
on TikTok, when they hashtag it as the Hood Olympics.
Hood Olympics, yeah.
Oh,
I laughing when I seen it. I was like, why are we doing that?
Right.
And,
because they can. That's actually really funny, especially because the Olympics just ended.
My question is,
sorry.
where are these milk crates coming from? I asked my brother. And he's
I
like,
was about to say that. Yeah. Well, what would your
he
brother
said
say?
that you can get. He said you can get them for like $2 each at
Yes.
like Walmart or something.
Yeah, so you go to Walmart and they have them for sale for like 99 cents sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, but the ones you get at Walmart, like they're like flimsy. Having a background in running a gas station for a couple of years, I mean, obviously that's what milk comes in. 4 milks come in a thing, or like 8 half gallons or whatever. But so I've heard of people going and getting them from gas stations, because when you're done with them, you stack them up, and then when their next delivery comes, they just take them and reuse them. But it seems like somehow people are getting their hands on them. Because I would think I would want the heavy duty ones that you put milk in, than the flimsy ones that they produce for you to put like in a dorm room or something like that.
Yeah. Right. Here, let's enjoy this for a second here. All right.
Dude, I don't know if I can watch this.
Have you?
Oh my God. Okay, pause it real quick. So let us explain to people. All right. So what it is people have, what do you think? There's 20 milk cartons there? Maybe more.
It's a pyramid,
I think it has to be 7. So you have 7 steps up and 7 steps down in order for it to be an official thing.
There you go.
So they stack it, and you basically just have to balance your way all the way up and all the way down. And it sounds super easy. But I've only seen like a handful of videos where people have done it.
Maybe 3 or 4.
And the fall is never graceful.
Never.
Like I said, why would you want to go to the ER right now? Like,
dude.
Yeah.
See, this is the stuff that I've always stayed away from. Like, I don't have that. Oh, this will be fun and funny and risky. I'm going to break an arm and it's going to cost me money, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, especially
most of the ones that I've seen, there's a money prize at the end. So I feel like that's why.
Well, now we're talking. Let's set it up.
See, that's what I'm saying.
All right,
when I seen one, there were people like sitting around it. Like, do you remember the Dada 5000 fights?
Yeah.
The backyard brawls. Like, it reminded me of that. Like, it was like a halftime show for a backyard brawl.
Yes. Well, and then their reaction, the reaction of everybody just makes it even better.
I'm just so surprised how fast they go.
You saw the guy who rolled a joint all the way up and down, and then he got to the last one and lit it and smoked it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, he deserves an award. Was it Snoop Dogg?
No.
That's funny.
Snoop Dogg, I think I saw him on Twitter, and he was like, where the hell y'all getting all these milk cartons?
Yeah, that's what everyone's asking. That's literally what everyone's question's been. It's like, where are you getting the milk cartons?
There's a milk carton shortage. We can't deliver milk anymore.
Dude, I've seen so many podcasts talk about that challenge. Like, everyone's, it's just funny how things just take off.
It's hard not to watch. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
What's
You got another one?
Yeah, here's the one we were talking about. I'm gonna make this full screen for everybody. You guys see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than we can on our cell phones.
Everybody, Mike said he's going up here rolling up a blunt. He said he too comfortable.
Oh my God.
He's too comfortable. Ooh.
So he's making his way up and he's putting his joint together
with some fresh Jordans on too.
Yep. Too comfortable. And
he's at the top now.
I love it.
Everybody's going nuts.
Roll that shit. Roll that shit, cuz.
This guy's name is White Mike.
White Mike is his
White
name?
Mike becomes the first person to complete the milk crate challenge while rolling a blunt.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, yo, Cool said you going down.
Listen to these dudes. They're so excited. He's like talking trash. He's like, oh boy's saying you're going to fall.
He's still at the top. Looks like he's trying to finish his blunt real quick, trying to roll it.
Hey, yo.
Gonna have that bad boy tight.
Hey,
not even moving. The crates aren't even moving.
This is definitely some hood Olympics.
Tuck that bad boy tight.
So it looks like he's about done rolling the blunt.
Nah, he ain't stuck. He just rolling and finishing the blunt.
There you go.
So when he come down, he gonna
Yep, you got it. Now he's going back down.
Oh, that looks sketchy.
The commentary is awesome.
That first step was sketchy.
Yep, he's rolling the blunt together now. He's about got it. There he goes. 2 steps down. Now he's done.
Dang. I wonder if you just need to be like a certain weight or something.
Dude,
So
it's almost like a
You gotta have
gymnast.
good
Like,
balance.
you have to be, you have to have that good balance.
Everybody I've seen finish this is super fit looking. Like
Yeah.
I've seen like 3 videos of people doing it, and every time it's like they're kind of lanky, super fit.
Yeah. How many views does that have?
The other
Oh.
determining factor is in which you put it on.
37,000.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you have an uneven ground anywhere in that, like no matter how much balance you have or not, you're gonna put some weight on that stack, and it's gonna wobble. And unless,
dude,
you're gonna fall.
Yeah, I've seen it being put on concrete, like on streets too, and those falls suck.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the
I'd rather
problem.
do
That's
it
the
on
most
concrete
even.
than grass.
You'd rather fall on the concrete?
No. I think I would have a better shot.
You probably would
it on concrete than grass.
I don't know though, because at least on grass, you could, even though it may not be balanced at the time, you can at least push it down to kind of maybe get it in the grass, depending upon if it's wet grass or if it's soft.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure the way you stack it up has got to be,
Oh yeah,
everything.
But in the hood at the park,
it's uneven.
Where they're setting these up at.
He said it's uneven. Yeah.
Uneven. Hey Blake, did you ever get to watch the fishing video?
Oh, where that was a giant fish, man.
Did you ever watch that one? We're
No.
catching up.
Hang on.
Hey, Blake was on vacation. Pull that out.
That was a good one.
Blake was on vacation.
Pull up that video here. Hold on. Let me.
So we're gonna catch you up. We're catching up to the group text right now for you, buddy.
Oh man, I got 700 messages.
I'm gonna
Blake
connect
was
my phone
MIA.
here.
I can't keep up with you boys.
I know, man.
Kevin, remind me when it was. I have my links on my computer
I
here.
think it was it 2 days ago, Jared?
Yeah,
there's a lot of,
maybe 3.
There's a lot of links.
That's at least that's at least 75.
I ended up
messages
sending a big text.
Yeah, you did.
Supportive of his wife.
You did. That's what I'm looking for. There's win stupid prizes.
I don't think I saw that one.
There's the water break one where Texas is trying to ban water breaks.
Oh yeah, I remember those comments. I never looked into that one either.
His girl was supportive. Here it is.
There you go.
Let me see. Did you send it, Kevin?
Yeah,
I got it right here. It's Levon Green on TikTok.
Hang on, let me see. I have a couple here. Let me make sure I got the right one. Oh, of course.
Make sure it's not a bad one.
Is it Levon Green?
Yep. Like you didn't get to go down there. You were close enough to the
water.
No
no fishing.
No, I thought about it. I actually thought about renting a jet ski too, but it was like $100 for 30 minutes, and I'm just like,
oh
man.
no,
just for 30 minutes? I think I would have did it for an hour.
Yeah, that's I ain't spending 200. Oh, you're saying if it was 100?
Yeah, no, 100 for an hour. I would.
There you go. I just sent it again, Richard.
Okay, cool. Here, let me.
You could have. You probably had time to go to Alabama to the Trump rally when he was telling people to get vaccinated.
That was going on.
Did you see that?
Trump told people to get vaccinated.
Yes. See, you're all kind of behind.
Oh,
he did.
Man,
and he got booed.
And he admitted to getting vaccinated in January.
Yep.
Oh, good for him.
I just found out I'm 1% white.
Hang on.
What's some?
See,
I'm 1% white.
Well, hey, Richard, it wasn't that one.
I'm gonna grab. There's the one from Jared. There it is. It took a minute to come through. Okay,
my bad.
hang on. Let me.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, let me share my
Is that
screen.
That's it.
Blake, you know this feeling right here.
Get it, Big Daddy. Let's.
No, there's a big fish, baby.
It is.
It's a big fish.
Oh shit.
Is this part of the Hood Olympics too?
No.
In the water.
This is legit.
It's a big fish, baby. He don't even know he hung yet. I don't think he know he hung yet. I don't think he know he hung yet, baby.
I'm for real. I'm telling you the truth. That's real talk. He don't know he hungry. Look at this shit here.
Watch.
DJ.
Oh my God, DJ, please be quiet, right quick, baby. Hold on now.
He's got a
Wait,
big
baby,
rod there.
wait.
Baby, I'm about to tell you now. Be up on the water. Watch the water. He don't know he hung yet. This Billy Pulley right here. Billy Pulley taught me this right here. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm working. Look at this fish. He coming to the top.
I love black people. They're the best.
Wait for her reaction when she sees the fish.
Be quiet, baby. Be quiet. Give me a second.
Big fish. Big fish.
She's about to see it.
Big fish. Big fish.
Big fish.
Big fish.
I'm waiting for something to jump out at me.
Big fish. Big fish, baby. Big fish.
He moving too.
Good.
Oh, good, Oh, shit now.
Where is it?
Fuck with him.
Fuck with me now.
Fuck with him.
Oh my God. The commentating.
What you gonna have to do, baby?
What are you gonna do, baby? Talk to me.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
Oh my God! What the fuck is that, Dave?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
I can't even.
I'm fucking scared.
You'll see it in a minute. You will see it.
Hold on, watch this.
You will see it, Blake.
Oh my God!
Cause see, I'm gonna need your help, baby.
I don't know where they're at.
I'm gonna reach.
Is that a lake or an ocean? It's a lake.
That's a lake.
You gotta keep from the dark. Shit. I'm gonna lose him. Shit.
You better cut that line,
Oh
bro.
my God!
Nope. Watch.
Look at that fish. Look at that big ass fish. What you need me to do? What you need me to do,
What
baby?
is it?
Listen to how supportive she is.
It's not as big as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a big grouper. Is it a shark?
Nah, wait.
Look at motherfucking Chris Urquhart. Oh shit!
Tell me that's a bass. I'll take his hand off.
Look at him work! Look at him work! Look at him work! Look at him work! Goddammit!
You gotta listen to these guys. Is that a bass?
What he do? He do
I think it's a
this shit.
catfish.
He do this shit. What?
Way too high.
DJ.
I need to see that fish.
What?
It's, just,
You gonna do that
It's
big
bigger
ass
than his
fish?
torso. Like it's.
if that's it, hold on. If that's a catfish, it's not that big.
You don't think that's big?
That's not that big of a
Look how
catfish.
big it is. That
I
thing is
am
probably
Jared
6
talking
foot.
shit. Like it's not that big.
No, I'm just like for them to be reacting
it?
like that.
That's it?
I
Is
thought
that
it was gonna be like a big. I don't know what I thought it was gonna be. That's hilarious, though. Oh my
Fun
gosh.
things.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
cat-
it was more like how supportive.
The wife was.
The wife
Do you imagine my wife alongside me?
That's what I said. I don't think my wife's been
Let's
that
go!
cool about anything I've ever done.
No, never.
Even when I get like more money on my check, she just
Yeah, you get it, boy. You get it, boo.
She's like, it's about time. See,
Yeah.
You're worth something.
Yeah, exactly. There's no positive comment. yeah. Imagine if that guy got a raise. His wife better be more
she's riding
excited
a
than
dime,
that. Yeah.
Not only was she excited, she was like, "What can I do to help?"
Right.
And then she was scared to death. Man, that's crazy.
Big
That's
catfish,
funny.
man.
I would be
That was a
too.
big catfish.
I wouldn't know
Yeah,
what to do
that
with
was-
that kind of fish.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty big catfish, man. They can get up there. So, I just didn't know what was about to come out. If that was a bass, I've been like, holy cow, that's a monster.
Pretty sure that was a catfish.
Yeah, that was a catfish.
I have seen
Saw
them. I have seen them pretty big, but like I said, I think that was more about the
reactions,
the supportiveness of the wife.
That was awesome.
It's so funny, man.
We got any more
That-
TikTok videos we want?
Right.
Not only are my text messages all TikTok, now the whole podcast has become TikTok.
Hey, we gotta catch you up. Yeah, we gotta catch you up.
We could have
The
a
world lives
TikTok
on
segment, I
TikTok,
guess.
Blake.
Yeah, we could have a TikTok segment, like our
I
top
guess
5.
we could do that top 2 or 3 TikTok videos every week.
That would be fun.
You want me to pull up one more?
Go ahead.
Let me know if you have a suggestion. Which one, or I'll just pull up a random one.
Jared sent some good ones.
Jared,
I always send some good ones. The chick who gets
I pulled that
shot in the
one.
back.
Yeah, let me see here. What's a good one? Let me see.
Our
The-
top 3 TikToks of the week.
Does Olivia do them, Kevin?
Ah, yeah.
She
I
all
do.
about 'em.
Gotta know.
I send y'all
I know you.
mine.
Jared
Yeah, I
does.
always see yours, Jared. Yours
It's
pops up
and
on mine.
it's one of those things too. It's easy to get seen on there for some reason,
Yeah.
especially in the comedy section.
Some of
So
these
it's
are
like
unavailable. Uh-oh.
instant
They got
gratification.
banned.
Yeah, a couple Jared sent me. They
Yeah.
wouldn't let me. Yeah, they
Wonder,
wouldn't let me
wonder if
watch
they
them.
got banned or something.
Yeah, they got pulled.
Dang.
It would just
Hey,
go
Really?
straight to silent.
hey, while you're
Yeah.
doing that, what'd you guys think about the Rachel Nichols thing? Did you guys read on that?
So
Yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. So my side of it, I like Rachel because of the demographic that she works with. I just know now you can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you work
Well,
for ESPN.
Hey, Kevin, why don't you
You
lean
can't.
over a little bit to your right? You're
My
not even
bad.
in
My
camera.
bad.
You're fine. You're fine.
My
yeah.
bad. You can't say anything. So like it's almost like she was throwing shade the other chick's way. Like if you're going through the same struggle as she is and she's getting something ahead of you, you should be proud of that, right?
Which, from what well, let me read what she said. So for those that don't know, Rachel Nichols is a ESPN commentator. She mainly does NBA. She did the jump before the
Not
playoffs.
anymore.
Before the playoffs,
Right.
Maria Taylor, I believe is her name, who happens to be black. She I guess they were using her to do some of the stuff that Rachel Nichols used to do. So off mic, like just in a personal conversation with someone, she said this: I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. Nichols said in the leaked audio, if you need to give her more things to do because you are feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know personally from the female side of it, like, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You are not going to find it from me or taking my thing away. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Yep.
she's fired.
Right.
So
Because
to be fair, she said this a long time ago. She
Yeah.
said this
Well, months ago.
she said this like pre NBA Finals. So we're talking like May.
Yeah. It just got leaked
Right.
around NBA Finals.
No,
Yeah.
I had heard them talk about it because I even heard all the smoke talk about it in support of Nichols because they're like, listen, we know her. She's not racist. Like she meant
But
nothing about. But see, from what I
she's
understand,
talking crap about the boss though. You know what I'm
she's
saying? Like it's
yeah,
mainly about the boss. It's not about you know what
It's
I'm
not even
saying?
about the boss.
oh,
It's about the previous boss's boss.
Yeah.
yeah, she's.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Like ESPN should be mad because she's really throwing shade on ESPN
Exactly. Yes.
because her whole point was I want, and I think she's later explained it, or I've heard someone explain it this way, that she wishes her all the success. Just
Yeah.
like, I am a female in this role and you guys are preaching diversity. Please don't take my job. Like, don't take the one thing that I do, which is basketball, and, give her all the opportunities, you can, but don't
Don't give
take
her
another
mine.
girl. Yeah. So I mean, when I read the comments, I was just like, really? Like, I mean, I guess I understand why, ESPN might be mad, but then I hear that she's being left or is left, and I go, good. It's the best thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guarantee you somebody else will pick her up and it'll probably be the best thing for her.
Right.
It sounds like there's a lot
technically both of them left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's the
technically
weird
both of them
thing.
left. Yeah.
But there's been a lot, like I've heard a lot of people talk bad on ESPN, just the way they treat their employees and, just a lot of that cutthroat stuff. So I bet that's an industry that is just so tough and, like I said, cutthroat. I mean, especially when you think about how many actual commentators or how many people actually get a show, like, I mean, what's that based on? Popularity, the way you look, if you're a former athlete. I mean, how does, how hard it is for someone like her to try to work her way up and get a show on
She's been
ESPN
around
being a
forever
female?
too.
I know.
Yeah.
She's been and I think her track record is what protects her most because all of us are saying the same thing, right? She works with that demographic and she's always been good. It's the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's probably because she just said that about the boss. But I just and I don't think when it comes to us and our jobs, like I don't think it is so like you say one little thing wrong and you're out the door. But it just seems that way when you're in some type of celebrity or you're working for a big company like ESPN. It's just like there's no explanation. There's no her having a chance to talk to the bosses or maybe they did and maybe they just came to disagreement. But I thought the comment where she said that you're basically trying to make up for your crappy long time record of diversity. I was just like, okay, that's
I mean, she's not wrong.
Right.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah.
She's not wrong. I mean, it's
because that's the whole world right now, right?
I mean, everybody, I think, yeah, I mean, you're right, Kevin. I feel like every company now is scrambling to try to be more diverse or more sensitive to other means.
But yeah, see, I think that I understand that, but I think that also becomes a problem because it has nothing to do with who's qualified anymore. Nothing.
Sometimes,
right? I mean,
I agree with it sometimes, but I think too the other thing to remember is a lot of times that kind of thing in nature itself is the inability to get a foot through the door to show your qualifications to begin with.
Right.
And
it goes both ways. I agree with you, Richard. Like it hindered a lot of people a long time ago, and now it's like they got to make up for it now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I mean, from a personal perspective, I don't, I don't foresee. I've never had a problem getting a job. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Right.
If I got fired today, I'd probably have a job Friday. Like I'm not. You know. So and
but you have a specific. But you also are educated in a specific field, and you have experience and all that.
Right,
but if you're,
I really don't know what it boils down to. A lot of it, I feel like, is because of who I know, right, too. Right, like I know people in my field,
relationships you've built,
and right, and how much of that has been, built off because I was simply able to get my foot through a door. Other people were not able to.
That's actually, I would actually like to know the percentage of people that get jobs without knowing anybody in the company, right? Like just a blind application. You're just trying to, you're trying to get onto anywhere. I mean, obviously, people get hired that, I just feel like, because like every job I've gotten is because I knew someone that put a good word in for me and, boom, you got a connection, So if you are, maybe from another country or, you just don't have those connections, I could see where it would be, maybe difficult to get specific jobs.
Or you have to start out at like the lowest rung
entry
and
level,
work your way up instead of coming in the middle where your skills qualify you for. You have to start at the very bottom like you have no skills whatsoever.
Right.
Or you get that job and you get a lower pay rate. They give you they offer you something lower.
Yeah. Right? I'm sure that stuff's been going on for years.
I'm sure there's no like one simple solution to any of it.
No.
It's just
The solution is now
forever. It's networking, right? It's who you know.
Yeah, the solution is now everyone just stays home and collects paychecks, and they don't have to worry about working. So
shouldn't that be ending soon though?
I don't know.
The benefits part.
And like end of September or something, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll extend it. Hey, have you guys talked about Afghanistan? Afghanistan? Did you guys talk about that last week at all?
No,
this was really happening. Yeah, this really happened late last week after the pod. So
was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Richard, I know you got military background. I mean, do you think it was this is obviously something that's kind of taken part of all of our lives, these last 20 years. So I can't say I know too much about it, but I know there's, I guess, some mixed feelings about if we should have pulled out or not.
I think we probably I think the thing to understand is there's a lot of corruption in the Afghani government in general. And there was no fixing that, right? Because our whole purpose of being there is to try to instill a form of purpose in the Afghani government itself. You're over there for 20 years and then you realize, well, these guys don't really care So the other thing to remember about Afghanistan is Afghanistan isn't really a singular country. It's tribal, just like I hate to say it, but just like the United States was you know, when it was the Indians over here. You know, it was all tribes, warring tribes. So that's kind of the way Afghanistan is from my recollection is it's not a singular entity. So when you mix that with the extreme corruption and the obvious nature of they said those guys just gave up. Like you'd hand money to the government and the government would do things with it that they weren't supposed to do with it.
It's too much corruption.
With that being said, there was really no way to end all of that successfully. However, there could have been a smarter way to do it. I think maybe we're wanting to pull all these people out. Because now they're saying that the Taliban took over a bunch of UN places, and some of the UN places may have some US secrets that they might be willing to sell to China and Russia. So I certainly do feel like there probably could have been a smarter sense to it in terms of how they were going to do it, but it was going to happen regardless.
But they've been talking since Obama, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Trump.
I think before, yeah.
I know Trump was encouraging of doing that, and I think he may have pulled out some troops also. But Biden was just let's just get it done. But on the other side of that, there really is never a good time for that, right? Unfortunately, there's just never a good sense of that in terms of when to do it and how to do it. But in hindsight, it's 2020,
right?
So, yeah, and I mean the other thing to remember too is that the military in general is very the leaders lie a lot, right? So you have like a lieutenant or something, and the commander will go to the lieutenant and ask him a question about his troops, and then lieutenant will say everything's fine, everything's great, because then that's how the lieutenant himself gets promoted. Right? That's just
right.
I mean, that's the way with any job. It's the same way with the military, right? So even in our own military, there's some of that weird, corruption and lying in order to get ahead. It's like, so say for instance, commander go to lieutenant and say, hey, how's the group morale? Are any of them having to see therapist or anything like that for PTSD? Well, if anybody has to see therapist for PTSD, it's going to look bad on the lieutenant. So the lieutenant goes, no, everything's fine.
Right.
And you literally have in some cases high school dropouts in charge of millions of dollars worth of equipment. It's not to be negative in terms of all that, but at the same time it's like you're literally handing stuff over. So it's just really just a bad deal all around.
Is the system broke? Like, is the way that we do our military broke?
I don't think it's broke per se. I mean, it's just like anything else, right? There's corruption in everything. Everybody's going to fight. As long there's no way to fight it.
That's the problem, man. As long as man is involved or woman, there's going to be corruption. Like that's just what sucks.
But is this issue even tied to corruption?
It could be. Well, so when we talk about, my whole point of saying what I just said was that it could have been a commander went to a lieutenant and said, hey, are these Afghanistan soldiers ready? Are they going to be good to go?
Right.
And the lieutenant soldier, in order to look good, would just say, yeah, they're fine. They're straight. They're strong. So let's not get the whole thing twisted in terms of like who's responsible. It probably falls from the bottom up, from the top down, or however you want to refer to that as. It's not, it's a whole, it could possibly be an entire breakdown of who was told what.
Because to my understanding, we were just there until they felt stability and they were thriving, right?
Yeah, but you're never going to.
Right. But in a sense, like we can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
Right, and that's the whole point, right? It's like, how much longer can we stay there? How much money can we spend? And people left and right are crying about how much money military spending, and then so we're like, okay, well then let's just out of there then.
Right,
and then you're just never making people happy, right? It's just
regardless of the situation, no one would have been happy.
No,
a Band-Aid ripped or a gradual where because if it would have been done gradually, are we putting our soldiers in military?
That's the other thing, right? That's why that's why what was it, 6 to a year back when we pulled out was it Pakistan? We just pulled out overnight, didn't tell anybody supposedly. We didn't tell a lot of people, I know that, but yeah, that's just the way the military moves. It's just overnight, quick. And you're right, Kevin. Like the number one thing that the military does is try to protect, its soldiers in terms of things like that. So, yeah,
but my thing, like what I saw, and like just leaving weapons and bombs and bullets and just armory, just left it there for anybody to have, and obviously the bad guys didn't have it.
Yeah, that's understandable, but let's keep in mind too, we were attempting to arm the Afghanistan army. Like we were trying to let them defend themselves. So yeah, you can say we left our shit behind, but dude, we leave our shit behind everywhere. Like it's not, the Israeli government's got a bunch of our stuff. Saudi Arabia's got a bunch of our stuff. Like it's not, war is money. So we sell Afghanistan all these weapons so they can defend themselves before we leave. Next thing you know, Taliban comes in and now they got our stuff. So that we sold to them, which is like not necessarily our stuff anymore. It was Afghanistan stuff at that point.
So the Taliban is what? Just an evil organization that is there to kill, destroy, do whatever, conquer.
It's a ultra religious organization. They believe in the older religious beliefs of
God dang it. How does religion always involved when it comes to war?
It's Muslim, right? It's them older Muslim, and look, I don't want to sit here and shit on Muslims or anything like that, but that's what they're. It's like older Christians, right? Older Christianity, like it's just this. I don't understand the mentality of it and why, but it was just incessant need to keep the male population in control, right? That's really, let's be honest, that's kind of what it seems to be. Where you even talk about the Bible where it says women must be silent. Let's not kid ourselves. So the same thing with the Muslims is, in terms of Afghanistan, I'm not talking all Muslims, but the Taliban, at least, one of the first things they did was they stopped girls from going to school. One of their first acts was to say girls can no longer go to school here.
That's crazy.
So, and they're going house to house. From what I understand, they're searching people's cell phones. And if you text in English, you're a problem. And they're performing executions and arresting people.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, so it's a pretty extreme version of,
So we obviously
were. Isn't even a religion though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we even really talking religion, or are we just talking like
a cult, a man-made,
a form to
power hungry men?
Yeah, just a form to hold people down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
And then they use
talking about that.
And then they use
religion as a mechanism to control people.
Right.
But it's associated with a lot, because I kind of feel Blake too. Like, and I mean, somebody always tries to use it tied to it, even during slavery. Like they use that to control slaves. Like somebody will always twist it and misconstrue.
I mean, it's no different than the people that did, ran the planes into the buildings. They were doing it for their God. Now, granted, they're probably brainwashed and. I mean, I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. I mean, look, let's be honest. It's like what you guys said. Anybody will do anything in the name of evil. I mean, even scientists, like, atheists, we're talking atomic bomb.
Christians.
We're talking. What'd you say?
I said Christians and pastors will do things in evil, even using the word of God, so it's just human. It's humans.
Yep. It's human nature. I feel.
My thing is when all those Taliban leaders all posted the picture or started their video of them all taking over there in the Capitol, wouldn't that have been like opportunity numbers to drop a drone strike right in there and take out or a huge portion of the Taliban leadership?
Yeah, I think we're kind of at the point with them.
Almost like a fake out.
Yeah, I think we're kind of at the point with them where I think
just let them do what they wanted.
Yeah, the intention is to mainly just corral them, right? You know what I mean? Kind of like what we do with North Korea, where we know they're, that guy's doing shit and stuff like that, but at least you know the evil and you know where the evil is. Versus if you stir the hornet's nest, it might be, worse in the end.
Yeah, but then if you're in that country, you're like, please help me. Like, please
Yeah.
understand what we're going through.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
send help. So for us to leave, it's got to be. I mean, you talk about no hope at all. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I can't imagine. But I also, you know, we also have, you know, our troops there. You know, and I want them to be protected as well. And if they're there, not doing any, you know, trying to do good, but you know, it's not working, then I
Right.
understand. You might as well
Time to
pull
get
out.
out. And I think
Yeah.
kind of like what I don't remember who it was who alluded to it was if we had done it differently, like if we started pulling people out before we did that, they could have caught on, you know, and then
Right.
it may have been worse. I
They
don't
could
know. At
have
least this,
reacted against us.
yeah, and it could be at least this way. They're hoping for some sort of back and forth between the Taliban to say, hey, give us a couple weeks to get all these people out before you start doing that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and I think they have until August 31st. From what I
But
understand.
moving out slowly like makes us more vulnerable.
Yeah, because plans leak, right? Like the best way to keep a secret is not to tell anybody, right? That's you know, so
Right.
yeah, you start telling people stuff, and then it's gonna leak out, and then it leaks out to the Taliban, and then well, guess what? Now they know your secret, and they have they can react.
Right.
So
You're
I
more
think,
vulnerable. You have less numbers, and they
well, yeah,
see
and
that. You know.
I just wonder if what their thought was to just do this and then have a dialogue with the Taliban to give them a week or two to get people out. Because from my understanding, that's kind of what is going on now is that they were given till August 31st.
To get who out? The troops?
Anybody that
or-
wants out, yeah. I mean, I think it's been tens of thousands of people evacuated. I think they've got like 10 commercial airlines involved now with the evacuation.
So they're just shipping anybody that wants out?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Where?
Now
Australia,
even
I think, is taking people. We're taking people. There's a few different countries that are taking the people.
so these are all the people that want to flee the country because they're
Yeah.
scared, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that and
Wow,
they
that's
also
pretty
are
awesome.
getting out a lot of our our operatives, people that were working for us underground.
Yeah.
Then, as you just said, Blake, a lot of people that just want to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, scared for their lives.
Right. And
I
to
mean,
be fair, I think this is the first time we've heard of this happening, right? This, at least from what I understand, this is the first time the United States has actually taken refugees out when they've abandoned a country like this, right? Because let's be honest, we've done this to South America. Like that's why it's such a shithole down there. Is we go down there and we try to upend dictatorships, and it ends up being worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, it's
it was hard to watch some of that footage. I mean, just you just feel for those people, especially when they're holding on
At the
to an airplane.
airport,
I mean,
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was
it's just hard.
I mean, it's one of those things too, where like, people talk so much shit about this country, and they talk so much shit about how they're held back and how they're mistreated. And it's like, dude, I literally see people
have no
falling
idea.
off of an airplane to get out of
Yeah.
where they are. And that's not to
Yeah.
say that you don't have like a reason to be upset, but at the same time, let's take it and be reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, our problems seem so major until you really see major problems.
Right.
You know, makes you realize how minor they are.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. But I know it's a big deal when my son starts talking about it. Like, when my
Yeah.
11-year-old kid knows about it.
That's great. That means, it's being talked about at school and all that,
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Anything else going on in this crazy world?
We want to be do we want to be taken out on the last TikTok Jared just sent?
Did he send something?
Yeah.
Is it good, Jared?
On a TikTok.
Not good.
Just
I'm
a
gonna
video.
ban you.
I'm gonna ban you.
I'm gonna ban you. Mexico getting involved with the hood. Oh, nice.
That dude, the internet's undefeated, man. That's hilarious. Mexico getting involved in the Hood Olympics. God, that's hilarious. And it's a picture of a wall with milk cartons.
It's the same.
Is that it?
Oh, that's the fish.
I thought
we
you
don't
sent
need it.
TikTok, Jared. Did you send one?
No, it was just a video. The last one I sent was the TikToks from the previous.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's funny.
All right.
All
Any other
right.
TikTok?
How is going back, Blake?
Oh,
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's been it's been really slow right now. The whole trucking industry is nuts. Just we don't have any trailers to give anybody, and we can't
Yeah.
get any built, and we can't, we just sold like everything that we had that was scrap. I'm talking like, I mean, people were like, we don't care what shape it's in, just give it to us, we'll fix it up. We have to have a trailer. So yeah, so it's been kind of
There's
slow just
that
because
big
there's
of a
not as much
shortage
movement.
on trailers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, it's because you got to think, like, we were kind of talking about it today, like, because even, as you know, Kevin, FedEx and UPS, I mean, they're getting slammed as well.
Mhm.
And I
They
think,
got to rent them.
yes, and I think what's happening is that so many places like shut down to where it's like, so everyone that's left is having to use these trucks, and there's no like middleman. It's just like, it's big company, big trucks, deliver it to however many people you can, so and it's different now because everything's online shopping, so you need more trucks to get more stuff out, so and you got to think too, there's all these delivery jobs out there just with people in their normal cars, so you got that going on, and then plus, the trucking industry, I mean, like I said, you can't get the material to make the trucks or the
Yeah.
trailers, so that's the main issue, and then on top of that, I mean, I don't know why the industry is booming so much. I mean, I guess kind of like what I just alluded to, it's just more people needing semis,
Right. And
So
That's
then
crazy.
what I know is once like, so you get a shortage, like your company knows that there is a shortage, they're not gonna be willing to like let you get that semi and use it. So like, for instance, like we're taking semis to Chicago and they dump and leave those at Chicago. We're not getting that product back because Chicago wants to hold it for their
Yep.
use, basically. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Because it's company wide, and
Yep.
so you're always asking for your equipment back or some equipment, or can you lend me equipment? You know?
Yep. And we're actually getting to the point where we're going to start contacting our customers and say, if you're not willing to turn the trailers that you are renting into a long-term lease, then we're going to have to get them back from you, because it's like,
Right. Right.
we can't fulfill anybody, and we gotta make as much, these trailers that we're used to, going out, coming back, charging customer to get it fixed, and then go to a different customer, and then, you kind of get all this income. Now it's just this kind of like this steady, monthly thing. So that's where they're trying to turn them into leases, from what I understand.
Right.
So you
You get
make
more
more money on a
money.
long-term rental than you do a short-term?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you make more money on a lease because it's guaranteed, I think it's 2 to 5 years depending on the lease. Where a rental, they can turn it in at any time, and then it's sitting on our yard, not making any
But you
money.
charge them more on the short-term, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, well, yeah. So a rental is, yes, yeah. The rentals, it is more money a month, but obviously the lease is more money in the end, just because, it's a long-term
Yeah,
lease.
and
You're
it's
having to
guaranteed
guarantee,
money.
yeah, yeah, there you go. It's guaranteed. Let's say it's a 3-year lease. It's guaranteed money for 3 years, where if that trailer goes out to, let's say, all three of you have a different company, and throughout that year, it goes to each one of you throughout that year, well, then it has to come back, and it might sit for a month, and, has nobody, there's no one paying on it, so yeah,
Well,
leases
it's the
obviously
same
make more
thing
money.
like an Airbnb. If you have a house and if you want to rent it for an Airbnb, or if you want to rent it for a family who wants to move in and sign a 1 or a 2 or 3 year
There
lease.
you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Theoretically, if it's rented out via the Airbnb every day of the month, you're going to make more there than you
Right.
are via the lease of what you would have
Right.
charged for a monthly rental.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
a good
the
example. Yeah, because if it's not fulfilled for a week or two, then you're not making money on it. Yeah,
absolutely
I got you. I got you.
okay.
Yep.
I just didn't
So,
know
anyways,
that.
yeah. So but work's
I
been
didn't know
good.
it was like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, man. I mean, we turn down people left and right for trailers. So, yep. But, and this is, I think I may have alluded to this already. What I hate about it is that we're raising our prices. So if we're raising our prices, that means all of our customers are raising their prices. Therefore, it's just more money for us. it's just never ending,
Costs
man. I
more
mean,
money to get the same product,
I mean, and we see it, right? I mean, we see it
or even
already. I
less
mean, everything.
product.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
I saw something where instead of like it was like a Costco thing. Instead of Costco raising the price, they lower the amount of what was in the original product and keep the price the same. So,
And then
like
they're
toilet
probably
paper.
getting, and they're probably, because they're doing smaller amounts, they're making more packages to sell. So in the end, they're probably making even more money.
Correct.
Dang, that's actually kind of smart.
So instead of putting 3,000
12 in a
sheets of
pack,
toilet paper in a roll,
yeah,
they're putting 2,500, and they're saving 500 per roll, but they're still charging you 25 or 30 bucks for that big ass package of toilet paper get
right?
that Kevin saw in the back of that lady's minivan.
Yeah,
you know, you know.
It's
So
probably my wife.
You don't feel like you don't feel gypped because like it still looks the same. It still seems like the same product, but you're getting less of a product for the same price.
Yep, you're just going through it quicker. Yeah, that's
exactly,
crazy, man. Yep,
it was on sale.
It was on sale.
Is this
Great
all a
logic.
bottleneck situation because of last year and this year? I'm guessing the factories having to shut down and being able to produce less, and now we're bottlenecked into the situation. Now everybody wants everything all at once, and we can't produce enough now.
I know. Yep, it's man. These next, I don't know how many years sure do seem to be interesting. Yeah, like I mean, I feel like that's how everyone feels. At least that's how I feel. It's just like, what's the future? Like, where are we headed? Like, when do we wake up from this?
I keep reading that people just seem to be waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, like we're waiting for,
like everybody is. Yeah,
like we're just kind of hanging out now, and we're like, okay, something's about to happen. Like it's like something internal has kicked into people. And now we're just like kind of like cats and earthquakes, or cats are like, what the fuck? Like that's kind of what's happening to people. It's like, all right, well, it doesn't matter anymore.
Well, like I'm returning back to a pretty big normal thing pre-COVID on Friday that, like, I won't lie, I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little like skittish about going. I'm going to a concert at Ruoff on Friday.
Hey,
and like,
do you have to?
No,
I think
this isn't a required COVID or
really.
That was Maroon 5 last weekend. But
okay,
like I'm
hold
going
on, because I'm going to NF in September, and I'm wanting to know if I needed to be vaccinated or not.
I would.
It's artist specific.
It should be able to tell you right now.
Yep.
Oh, it is artist specific.
Yep.
Yeah, I would look right. I would probably Google it right now to see.
Yeah,
because everybody's rules are different.
I'm tempted to go ahead and get the vaccine. I just, it's just setting up the time to actually do it. But
like I'm going to see Zach Brown Band on Friday with a group of people, and like, I'm a little nervous. Like, when I get there, will it feel normal? Or will it feel weird as hell to be around that many people, right? Like,
right. The anxiety, yeah.
I bought my wife. I bought my wife Atlantis Morissette tickets like 2 years ago.
Isn't that ironic?
And and she kind of feels the same way. I'll give you that is.
Come on, man! Isn't it ironic?
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, my wife feels the same way. It's not just you, Jared. Did
you guys see where the Saints are making people do the COVID test?
Yeah, whether
the Saints are making people do the COVID test, and you have to test within 72 hours. Yeah, you have to test negative within 72 hours. If you don't get a refund or anything. Like you just don't go.
Well, didn't they say that about vaccinations too? Is that if you're not vaccinated, you don't get a refund? or something for the season ticket holders.
Yep, and they have a truck out every I think weekend now too that will vaccinate people for free. So
well, and
Well,
like
there you go.
these kind of I get why they're doing it, in some sense, but like, you guys know, like last week and a half ago, my son tested positive for COVID, and was quarantined, and we're trying to get stuff like that. My wife scheduled the closest place she could find to go get a test, and this was pre Maroon 5, who was requiring a negative test or a vaccination card. She found one that was 2 counties over from us. That was the nearest place she could even go get a test at. And then when she pulled up there, it was like 300 cars deep. So she was like, and then she scheduled one. She had her doctor schedule one at the med check. The med check calls her the day before as, we're canceling your appointment. We don't have any more tests. So there's all these people going to get these tests, because it's a requirement. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Right. And that's that goes back to the conversation of just do it or get the vaccine, because they're going to inconvenience you.
Oh, especially since it's been FDA approved. Like it's on now. Like it's go time, because a lot of these companies were waiting for FDA approval to try to mandate it. So yeah, my daughter got a test last Friday, and we waltzed right into MedCheck and got it.
Wow.
We didn't even we made an appointment that day.
Yeah. I mean, and mine might have been specific to how close I live to the music. I also saw
that's
something where I saw a TikTok, the big bearded guy with the slick back hair. He did a TikTok where he was talking about people selling cards and for $200 a pop, and then having people that work at Walgreens and CVS enter in real lot numbers for these people who then eventually might get tested, and they test positive for COVID, and it looks like it's people who are vaccinated that test positive for COVID. But
I don't know how that works, because wouldn't that be under your medical record that you got a shot? Like,
they were having people
just because you have the card.
Yeah, so he broke it down on his TikTok, but basically he said this girl was for $200 or $300 a pop, and then paying people who worked at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, those type of places, $100 per person that they would go into whatever system that state had, if it was an app or a website or whatever, and predating their like they got the vaccine, would show up on their medical record.
Ooh, that's a federal crime.
Absolutely, but people are willing to do that. They're willing to pay and to do all that to skirt around to not have to get it. It's crazy.
Yeah, the shot is free. Like I get the reservations on the shot, but like I don't have to pay $200. You know what I'm saying? But
unless someone is so scared to get the shot.
Yeah, but people are taking the horse medicine. Like like I just don't understand it. Like
and I'm kind of over the being scared thing too, because it's like
I don't know why
people have got the shot. Like at this point, we're just scared of needles.
It's either that, or I think it's just more of people just don't like being told what to do. That's really what it comes down to.
Thank you, Blake. That's what it. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Which like, there's still that part of me that gets it. Like, hey, I'm here, I'm living. I'm here, I'm living. I'm not sick. I'm not buying into the left or the right. I'm fine. I'm not getting
made it this far.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's where I'm at. I'm just like, I'm going, like I say, I go to work, I come home. I go to
Yeah.
work, I come home.
I
Like
don't.
I just
I don't think either or is necessarily right or left per se. It's just I think a lot of people have made it into that, but I
they have.
wasn't even thinking about any political affiliation when I got my shot. I was just thinking I don't want to get sick and I don't want to, you know, I
Well, and look, and that's, I mean, as you guys
When
know,
it's not
my
like
buddy,
go
my
ahead.
buddy,
Go ahead.
yeah,
No, you-
as you guys know, my buddy Aaron just lost his mom to COVID, and what's crazy about that situation is that his mom and dad got it. His dad is diabetic, has heart issues, and all this stuff. Still has it, and is completely fine, like barely sick. And then his mom was, quote unquote healthy, as she actually really wasn't, but seemed to be in better health than the
Yeah.
husband. You know, she was here 2 weeks ago. Now she's gone. So
Right.
that I mean that's so. With all that said, like my mom actually just got it, just got hers, and that's what I kept saying. I was just like, and you all know how I've been on this whole topic, but it's like in all reality, it's like the gut, like now, oh man, it's so deep because it goes deep into like, well, who's funding it and who's profiting off of which shot. But if you just eliminate all that and just say there's a sickness, some of the smartest scientists and doctors in the world have come together and have provided something to take care of all you people. Why why would you not get it? But like we said, it's become so political and it's become so
They pushed it.
And
yeah.
it wasn't even an American that made it. It was like a Turkish German doctor that made it. Like,
Oh,
so
wow.
this other part was like, it's not even. So that's the other part that's like, what are we doing now? Like,
Yeah, it's just, I think it's like we say every week. It's just there's so much just information out there that people, I mean, it's just
Right, and then
I mean, how
and then
many-
I also get how people say like, well, just preach healthier lifestyles. Like you just made an example. We didn't even know if there was anything wrong with this lady. You know what I'm saying? There's people with underlying
Yeah.
issues that don't know. So I don't want to play roulette like that. Like, yeah, I want a better lifestyle, but I'm also going to get this shot because they
Yeah.
said it's going to reduce me getting sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, I get it. And honestly, dude, Richard, you probably did the best thing out of all of us. I mean, you immediately got healthier. You started exercising, eating better. You took the shot. Like, I mean, in all reality, like that's really what we all should do. Now, I
Should
mean, the
do, yeah.
shot, I
Yeah.
once again, I still kind of understand the sides of the whole shot thing, but in the end, I don't know, remove all the BS out of it and just, try to see what's going on, I guess. I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah. Well,
But
all
I would
right.
definitely, before you buy any ticket for anything, see if you need a vaccination.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting that much money.
Or just go
Oh,
get
yeah.
one. You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, I've
Right.
already. I was trying to look online to see if NF, if it's mandatory or whatever, but I can't really find it, so I gotta look a little bit
You
harder.
should be able to find it online because that's what I did when went to this last Colts game, was trying to figure out mask requirements and stuff like that.
Right.
It might just be like on the venue site.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look. All right, boys, let's wrap it up
Yeah.
All right.
before we start talking comic books.
Hey.
Yeah, hey Richard, that I watched that What If episode. It was good.
From this week.
Yeah, that was different.
It was weird. Wasn't it?
See what I did, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, y'all fuckers can just log off. I ain't no one's
What
calling off
if?
of him that
Is that like a YouTube
So-
series?
No, What If is basically a Marvel compilation of
My
side
bad.
stories of what could happen, right? So, like,
Who
one of
started
them is
this?
like, what if Peggy Carter was Captain America instead of Steve Rogers? So then they kind of play that, and then they have Steve Rogers for this episode was Iron Man, and then Peggy Carter was Captain America. So
Are they
just
just
kind of
getting-
weird.
Are they getting like? Are they just trying to get creative with? Or are they just getting bored?
Yeah.
They just don't know what
Well,
else to make.
it's a
or?
series anyway.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a comic series anyways, and it's just quick 30-minute shows. And they're saying it might tie into the new stuff, Kevin. I don't know yet, but yeah. I thought it was really good. I like the Spider-Man trailer too. I know you two don't give a shit, but
Yeah,
Kevin,
that was badass. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories going on around about that, but we'll talk about that off air. So
There you go.
yeah,
Kevin's got
Blake's gonna-
Spider-Man right behind him.
he does.
Hey,
He does.
Hey.
yep.
Hey.
Movie posters.
can
I
guarantee
think I'm
you-
actually gonna. I think I'm actually gonna redo my basement soon with like all like my favorite movie posters.
That'd be tight.
This one will stay, but yeah.
Hey, real quick. Jake Paul or Tyrone Woodley?
Paul.
When is that?
Woodley.
That's this Sunday.
Paul.
Really?
Woodley is
Woodley.
getting paid to lose. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not real. It's
I-
exhibition.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree
I don't
with
think-
I agree with Richard. Like I think Woodley is taking the
Woodley's getting
taking the
paid.
back.
to lose.
Yeah, man, it's just too much money.
I don't
he's
think he
making.
would do that.
I do.
You don't think? I mean, I hope that he.
I do.
We were
Hey.
just talking about corruptness earlier.
Yeah, I hope
It's
that
not
he
even really
wins.
corrupt though. It's an exhibition match. It doesn't matter to anybody. There's no win-loss record. Really, it's just.
Hold on. Where are you getting that
WWE
information from?
match. Huh?
Where are you getting that from? That it's just an exhibition?
Aren't these all
fight?
exhibition fights?
I don't think so. I mean, it's on Showtime. It's
All
Yeah,
of,
but they're
all
not
of their
sanctioned by,
matches
like,
have been
Las-
exhibited. Yeah,
Yeah, they're not.
I'm
sanctioned.
pretty
Even
sure they're
Mayweather.
sanctioned.
Even Mayweather was the exhibition.
Well, I know Mayweather was, but I was thinking these were. I don't care. I mean, it's entertaining to me. You know, I hope Tyrone puts up a fight, but it
But
would
I
be
do
interesting.
agree with Blake. Don't they put that on their record?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Like,
sure.
at least the Paul brothers do.
Okay,
Yeah.
Blake, you're right. It is a real professional bout.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, cool. I mean, this is a big step. I mean, you think about like anybody else that was coming up in boxing, they probably wouldn't be fighting somebody like Tyrone Woodley in their third boxing fight. You know, I wouldn't think.
I don't think Woodley's that threatening. Like I don't. Like
On the feet?
I don't. Yeah, on the feet, he's past that, in my
Well,
opinion. I
and
can
it's a
still beat
different
my ass.
size.
Like, let's not.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
gonna- he beat the shit out of me, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
like,
compared to Nate Robinson and Ben Askren, I mean, come on, like we're talking
Yeah, it's
much
a
better
step
striker.
up. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. But I don't think he's. I don't know. It's,
Yeah, there is a size difference and all that, which I don't like. I wish Jake would fight somebody his own size, but we'll see. I guess. So I'll probably watch it.
That's hilarious.
All right, we're
Forgot
gonna
all
end
about
it.
that.
Nate Diaz,
We're gonna end it.
one of the Diaz boys, going and fighting him.
Diaz.
I wish. Well, they can't because of UFC contract. They won't do it.
They can
They
get out of
won't
that.
release them unless they can't. Yeah, that's funny.
Nick Diaz is still on the
Pays him
contract?
pennies, and you can't get out of the contract.
Facts. Hey, GSP wanted to fight Oscar De La Hoya, and Dana
Yeah,
White
I
won't
remember
let
that.
him.
Yeah.
That's bull crap. Like right now, he wants to fight him, and Dana won't let him unless Dana gets a big part of the money.
Mhm.
But UFC's so dirty, dude. I love that